Experts agree that young people across America are in a mental health crisis.
Everywhere you look, kids are on their cell phones.
The Portland Public School District has spent months focused on phones.
Could Portland Public Schools soon become a phone-free district?
Portland Public Schools board members finally voted on a district-wide cell phone policy.
I mean, like they say you're not supposed to be on it, but I think basically every teacher stopped taking them. I mean, maybe it lasted a month and a half, maybe 2 in some classes, but at this point, no teacher has taken phones for a long time. People are on them less, than they were previous years, but people are still on them all the time. It's not really that hard.
My phone policy is to follow what we are supposed to follow. All of my students are supposed to put their phones in the phone slots. I say it every single period, and my students don't listen to me. I've seen an uptick in engagement since we've put our phones into the phone slots. Students don't have the whole addiction of putting their hands in their pockets or trying to reach for something. They realize it's not there. And so I would say the new phone slot policy has been actually a huge improvement, but I'm still fighting phone use in the classroom. Oh, that's nice, thank you.
I wasn't even on it.
Oh, that's cool.
No.
I need it for right now.
No!
I think we don't have 100% buy-in from teachers. There are some teachers on this campus that are just completely ignoring it and pretending that the policy isn't there. I walked by a classroom earlier today and I heard a teacher yelling at a student about putting their phone away. But I didn't hear the teacher say, put your phone in the phone slot. I heard them put your phone away.
Teachers were telling us that they were having a hard time managing their classrooms. Just anecdotally, we know that students are watching movies or listening to music when they should be listening to a lecture. At some point, the board heard enough and we decided to develop a policy that would address our whole district being able to have a uniform policy that could be enforced in every building. A couple of our high schools have yonder pouches, and then other schools just have a lock boxes or, caddies that you can store your device in your classroom.
The starting line or starting point is halfway in between those two. This green dot right here is going this direction, but it is not going this direction, right?
Current policy is that students must put their phones inside of a yonder pouch when they come into the school building, and that is checked by administration standing at the front door, which is the only entrance point at the beginning of the day, and that any students with their phone out can have that phone be confiscated and taken to the office, in which case only the parents or guardians of that student will be able to pick it up from the office at the end of the day.
I have been a teacher for 12 years, and I would say that phones were consistently a barrier to engagement. Because last year, anytime a phone went into a pouch, it was completely on me to make sure that it went there and that it stayed there. What's different is we don't have to talk about them. I've had to have administration come 3 times out of the entire year to pick up phones, and that is literally the only time I've talked to students about phones. Other than that, it has been a complete non-issue.
I wasn't really focused in class that much, and a lot of people they were just on their phones all the time. So teachers, they just really were engaged with class and stuff. And it was hard for teachers to really teach and really get their lessons and points across that they were trying to teach in class. I feel at Cleveland it's kind of different, a learning environment. Yeah, definitely feel there should be a consequence for having your phone in class, just to overall help people. But I personally don't even use it myself, because not being able to use it during lunch and like stuff like that is tax. But like, I don't pull it out in class and stuff. I make sure like I keep it away and stuff. I respect it.
In my opinion, about like probably like 60-70% of students don't follow this policy. They either have a magnet that can open up the thing, they have their fake phones, they have their blocks, they have anything that they can put in there. Under pressure, make it look like the phone's in there. And many students just don't follow it. Of course, there's going to be this slight few outliers that do follow it, but many students don't follow this policy.
And here, yeah, I'll put that right next to it. Ain't no.
That's a shot right there. AirPods too.
Oh, hey, hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
What else we got?
Do I need to double down? No, don't worry. See, they ain't locking anything down. They don't lock anything down.
Good luck.
That's the truth.
I don't think that yonder pouches are a good policy because they're not the part of the policy change that works. Like they just changed multiple variables and they got their desired effect, but the yonder pouches weren't the thing that caused change, in my opinion.
So if the goal is to have a phone-free classroom, then I would say there are essentially no shortfalls. Like we are meeting the goal. If your goal is to have a phone-free school day for students, I would say that we are not meeting that goal because most students don't use the yonder pouches. I think it's just a vehicle to achieve the goal. I think that without the pouches and without sort of the teeth behind the policy where admin will actually pick up phones and make parents to come get them, it still ends up right back in the teacher's lap. Put your phone away, put your phone away, put your phone away. So I think it's just a way to really set clear school-wide expectations in a way that would be a lot harder to do without the pouches.
So we passed the policy several months ago, understanding that administrators would have the summer to figure out how that actually looks in their building, whether that be yonder pouches, which in this budget period, which we are facing a $40 million budget deficit, it's hard to think about spending money on pouches. So I'm not sure how that looks, and I think I don't know if building administrators are looking for more guidance from the district. I'm not sure I haven't checked in a while.
I don't actually know what a yonder pouch exactly is, but there's teachers who can not have people on their phones. I mean, it like kind of sucks, but like Losoya, dude, the second you pull out your phone, give me your phone, get your in the office right now. You're done, and it's like, if it doesn't work, you don't need the yonder pouches. That seems like a ginormous waste of money. They should just actually enforce the policy themselves.
For yonder pouches for a size of Franklin, it would be $60,000. That money could be implemented so much better somewhere else. And even with the yonder pouches, there's still a thing of students not even putting their phone in it in the first place. I have friends who are at Cleveland and Grant, both schools that have enforced yonder pouches, and I still get texts from them during the day. Students are still on their phones. There's still ways around it.
Do I think there should be? There should be once I leave. I don't really want a phone policy because I don't really care, but like in the interest of there being a real education, yeah, there probably should be a phone policy. But I don't really want shit for myself, because this shit's dumb. Allegedly, they're cramping down on it next year. But cramping? Clamping.